Yeah, let's go over 24. Let's go over 24. Okay, 24 is this. Daryl wants to enclose a rectangular field with 4 internal partitions as shown. If there is 10,000 feet available for fencing, write an equation that relates length and width. Okay, we don't know width, we don't know length, right? But let's count how many width he has to enclose. First, we need to write down equation. So 10,000 equals to, for length, we won't have 2, right? We'll have top and bottom. So the 2 length, let's use 2L to represent. Length use L, width use W. How many W's we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5W. That's it, right? So that equation relates the length and width and the 10,000 available fencing. Does this make sense? Okay. How did I get a 5? Count. You see the vertical lines? How many vertical lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, any other questions? No one has any questions? So 87 questions in total. I hope all of you tried and completed them. If not, keep going. If you have any questions regarding any one of them, we can talk about them now. If you don't have any questions, you don't really have to be here. And I'll see you next Friday, May 19th on campus, 8 o'clock in the morning, Ingersoll Building, room 1141. Make sure you have that information. And the exam is a closed book, no reference sheet. You may better to use a pencil erasers, a scientific calculator, no graphing calculator. All right. Of course, you need your student ID to be with you. Anyone has any other questions? Time passed by fast, huh? It's already May in 2023. And we're going to be half a year around. No one has any questions? May we go over quadratic problem, please? You mean solve quadratic equations? Can you show me which number? Yeah, just find a number. Have you tried these 87 questions? Which one is solving quadratic equations? Okay, if you're taking the final on next Friday, you really have to make sure you complete all 87 questions, okay, to be ready for the final. Go over number 2, of course. Of course, it's review class. We can go over anyone. Let's see number 2. The width of a swimming pool is 9 feet less than 6 times its length. A 6-foot wide walkway surrounds the pool, as shown in the figure. So where x represents the length of the pool. Okay, look at this picture, right? The swimming pool is a rectangle, and this width is x feet, and the length, we didn't use anything to represent. Why? Because the width is 9 feet less than 6 times its length. So how can you tell me, how do we represent in x? Nine feet less than 6 times its length. X represents its length. 6x minus 9, perfect. Okay, so let me just write in this spot. So width, let's use W to represent. Width equals to 6x minus 9. Okay. Okay, what is the question? The question is, so if I were you, if I have this on the paper, I would write down 6x minus 9, you know, for the width. All right? An expression given the total area of the pool and the walkway is, so the pool and the walkway, remember it's length times width, right? So given total area of the pool and the walkway, so everything, do we see the dashed line is another rectangle? It's another rectangle. So all we have to do is figure out the length of the dashed rectangle and the length of the dashed rectangle. Okay, so how can you tell me the width of the dashed rectangle? We know a swimming pool is a 6x minus 9. What else do we have to do? Do we see 6 feet, 6 feet? That means we have a plus 12, right? That means, so 12 minus 9, that's 3. So that means 6x plus 3. So that's the width of the dashed rectangle. Now we have to figure out the length. Well, the swimming pool is x. Do you see that's x plus 6? So that's the area of the dashed rectangle, which including the swimming pool in the middle. Not really in the middle, including the swimming pool, right? In between of the solid line and the dashed line, there are walkway. So the swimming pool inside is a solid rectangle. Including the walkway is a dashed rectangle. So all we have to do is figure out the length and width. So the length is x plus 6. The width is 6x minus 9 plus 12. Or negative 9 plus 12, which is plus 3. So that's it. 6x plus 3 times x plus 6. Then the expansion of this, you just multiply, right? You multiply the first with the first, you get 6x squared. Then you plus 6x with 6, that's 36. 36 plus, so let's see, plus 36x. Then 3 times x, 3x. Then plus 3 times 6, that's 18. Combine the two middle terms, 36x and 3x, that's 39x. And that's it. That's 6x squared plus 39x plus 18. Is this okay? Does this make sense? So how? Okay. Jetta, have you found out any questions is solving quadratic equations? Maybe 43. Let's go 43. 43 is not quadratic equations, right? But anyway, let's see 43. We multiply outside the square root signs. We multiply outside with outside, inside with inside. So 4 is outside the square root sign. 2 is outside the square root sign. So we'll multiply these two, we get 8. Then under square root sign, we say, okay, we have 5 times 3, that's 15. Well, y to the 4, that's y to the 8. And then we can simplify a little bit. You know, y to the 8 square root, that's y to the 4, right? Outside. Y to the 4th power outside. And that's it. That's it. Does this make sense? Because square root means that something square equals to inside, right? So we just do, when we're multiplying two of this, we multiply outside with outside, inside with inside, then to see which one can be simplified. Does this make sense, Ajita? Okay. But this is not a quadratic equation, right? You can't find a quadratic equation. This is all about linear. Oh, this is quadratic. So 59 is quadratic. The domain is the all real numbers. 24. Okay, let's go 24. We just did 24. 24 just count how many length, two length, how many width, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 2L plus 5W equals 10,000. Okay. If the review doesn't have a quadratic equation, so you don't have to worry about a quadratic equation then. Let's go for 28. A student's grade is based on the average of 3 exams, where an average of 60 is a passing grade. If the student's grade on the first exams is 34 and 25, so 34 plus 25, the student must get at least points on third grade to have an average of 60 in the course is, let's see, we don't know, let's see, X. It has to be greater than or equal to 60, right? 60 times 3. So this one, we could make this one divided by 3 because the average. So, oops, 3 exams average. So the first one is 34, second one is 25, and third one we don't know. But divided by 3 is the average. The average has to be greater than or equal to 60 because 60 is passing grade. Dividing by 3 on this side, the same as multiplying 3 on the other side. So just multiply 3 on both sides. 3 times 60, that's 180. Then 34 plus 25, that's 59. So let's minus 59 on both sides. So 59 is 1 point from 60, right? 180 minus 60 is 120, then plus 1, so 121. Wow. Yeah. So this student has to get, you give an equation, not an expression. Oh, he wants an expression. The student must get at least, oh, okay, at least, because he's already seen at least 121 points on third exam to have average 60 in the course. I have an allergy. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Can we go over number 1? Let's see number 1. A personal trainer has been offered 2 options for her salary as a trainer at the gym. Option A would pay her $24,500 plus $20 for each training session. Option B would pay her $20,000 plus $25 for each training session. After how many training sessions the salary option will be equal, right? So let's see S sessions, right? So one would be 24500 plus 20 S, let's call sessions S equals to B, 20 plus 25S, right? So minus 20 on both sides, minus 20S on both sides. We get 5S on this side. We minus 20,000 on both sides. We get 45. Then we divide by 5. 900. So after 900 sessions, so after 900 training sessions, the salary options, not after, it should be at 900 training sessions, the salary options would be equal. Because afterwards, if the 901 will be different. So this is not after, this should be at 900 training sessions, the salary options equal. Can we go over question 13? Let's go to 13. Suppose f of x is, how do we read a function? The function is saying this, what this function does is multiply the input by -5, then add 3 to it, right? So what is f of x minus 4? The input is x minus 4. So we multiply -5 to the input, then add 3 to it. Okay, then we simplify. That would be -5x. -5 times -4 will be positive 20. Then add 3, that will be 23. So that's f of x minus 4. So -5x plus 23. What is f of 4x? Multiply -5 to the input. The input is 4x, add 3 to it. Well, -5 times 4 is -20. Right, -20x. Now we want to add those two. We add these two. -5, -20, that would be -25x. 23 plus 3, 26. Okay? So every function you should read, what does the function do with the input? X represents the input. So f of x equals -5x plus 3 means you multiply -5 to the input, you add 3 to it. Okay. No more questions? Okay. Yeah, I see you on next Friday. All right, next Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay, make sure you can get up. I'll make sure I get up at 6. Leave home at 6:30. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.